It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Greetings and welcome to 2K Sports. I rarely say greetings, but I just did. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, alongside Kenny and Shaq. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Golden State Warriors. So for Golden State, their last game, a win against the Pistons. That game, a high-scoring affair. We'll see if this one turns into a shootout as well. Well, we've got Andre Iguodala out there tonight, who always seems to be having fun out there. He might not fill up the box score like he used to, but guys, how great is he in the clutch?
You know, you talk about Steph and Clay and, Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala. What I like especially about Iguodala, he has no problem taking a big three with time running out. Remember, let's not forget, Finals MVP.
Yeah, exactly.
Always steps up in the fourth quarter, and he'll do whatever it takes to win games on the floor.
Who can forget that? Kenny?
Well, I agree with Shaq. This guy's skill set is unbelievable. He's able to handle the ball, he's created his own shot, do it for others. Probably the most unselfish player. Not only the fact that he sat on the bench and made 6 men, but being on the floor, his unselfishness is unparalleled.
That does it for us for now. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Let's meet your Cleveland Cavaliers starting lineup. Starting at shooting guard, at 6'6" inches, number 5, James Harden. Starting at center, at 6'9" inches, number 13, Jason Tatum.
Wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analysts, and from the sideline, David Aldridge.
Got a nice clean game, huh?
The Warriors are looking to end their road trip here with a strong outing. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
And they're hitting their stride, guys, right at the perfect time. I mean, the postseason right around the corner. They're playing with tremendous confidence. I think a legit title contender, in my estimation.
Yeah, it's hard to doubt that they've set the bar extremely high. You get the feeling if they don't win the championship, it'll be a huge letdown.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, the incredible shooting pair of Curry and Thompson in the backcourt. Pachulia is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Here's Thompson. So it's the Cavaliers now. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
You know, they played well enough to win, to be honest with you. I just thought that their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Well, it's no doubt. It's so much easier to run your offense if the defense is not trying to take away any of your options.
And here is Curry after J.R. Smith getting his 3 to go.
For a clear breakdown on defense. They're fortunate that he didn't make them pay.
You know, what's amazing about Curry isn't just how dominant a shooter or a player he is, but very few guys in the history of our game have actually changed it. And I think Steph Curry is rapidly moving into that category. I mean, now you see defenders who have to guard 35 feet away from the basket. You know, you generally don't see guys his size dominate the game when they don't feature that next level athleticism. So for what he's done, man, it is just incredible to watch.
That one is off. And with Curry, he's changing the game at the pro level and also for the future. There are going to be a lot of kids mimicking his play style.
You can bet in 10 years there are going to be a ton of sharpshooters who modeled their game after Curry. I don't think anyone saw how he revolutionized the game when he first entered the league.
That one misses. Second shot opportunity. It's going to be 2 free throws, 3 contact on the shot.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce. And one thing I don't think Kevin Durant gets enough credit for is his mental toughness. He is rarely shaken or thrown off his game if things aren't going his way, and always remains focused on winning and doesn't let too much throw him off court.
And Cleveland making a change here. Prize checked in. He hits both from the strike. And with Durant and his ability to stay focused on the court, Ray, you're just talking about this. A big example of that was last year when all the free agency speculation was floating around.
Yeah, and that can wear on a player when all the media is talking about your future. Durant has done a great job of blocking out the media the last few seasons and just focusing on winning. I mean, his focus on the court is a big part of why he is so consistent game to game.
He got right to the cup using that screen. Curry's got his second bucket of the game to go.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense, but he's got the A game rolling tonight.
But he's got it rolling so far, just the kind of start he was hoping to get off to.
Here's James. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Curry kicks to Pachulia. Pass to Durant. Thompson with the rebound.
You can see in his eyes, he knows that is not a dunk he should have missed.
Irving dishes to LeBron. A screen from Thompson. Tries it from 19. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Guys, we know Kyrie can score from anywhere on the floor, including the mid-range.
Curry setting the pick for Durant. Beyond the arc. Hands it from downtown. Durant's got 5 points so far.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't beat him up on the perimeter.
LeBron James on the wing. Defended by Durant. Fry passes to James.
If you're going to step in front of LeBron James, we're going to question your sanity. Just a freak of nature.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Durant. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. He has 7.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
LeBron kicks to Thompson. Back to LeBron. On the arc. And another 3 for Cleveland. You look at the league as a whole, there is so much great talent in the NBA right now. But if you could go back, say the time capsule, back to any era, what era or year would you like to go back to? Who would you like to see play live?
Well, probably a couple. Rick Barry would be very high on that list because I listen to experts talk now in casual conversations, and they often talk about Rick Barry as being a guy they think could be successful now. Moses Malone, you know, as a fan, I grew up just on the tail end of Moses' career. But you talk about a guy who had a dominant stretch, and then I would love to have seen Dr. J a little bit more again. I didn't see him in the ABA, saw him more in the NBA. I saw him win the championship, and that was a lot of fun. But I would love to have seen consistently those 3 men play.
That would be great. I think I'm ready to go in that time capsule right now. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Whatever look now for Cleveland. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for Thompson. Mon Shumpert has come in for Smith. And Mo Williams subbed in for Irving. Different look here for the Warriors. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Pachulia. West comes in for Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Traps in the tray.
But you can always bank on him to have an impact with his offensive arsenal.
Williams kicks to LeBron. Williams dishes to James. Outside Jefferson. 47 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. The kick out for Williams. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Now the dish to Varejao. He kicks it to Thompson. The tray. And James pulls it down. The Cavaliers leading by 11. We've got 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. Knocks down the three ball. Williams has got 5 points so far.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Now Livingston, taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Picked by West. Thompson for the triple, and he trains the three, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And a chance here to just double check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not, so I appreciate the second look as well.
Overturn the call.
For the basket.
In the corner.
And Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Cavaliers on top, up by 11. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow, and he gives us some insight into that philosophy.
I think it's another level I can go to. You know, always can be better. That's how I look at things. Teammates need more than ever now. Coaches need more from me, so I got to dig deep and see where I can find it from.
And with all the weapons around him now, it'll be harder to deny him the ball. And we're ready to get rolling once again here for our Christmas Day matchup. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
Boy, have they come out strong. Just some tremendous offense.
Boy, they have found a weakness in this defense, and what do you do when that happens? You keep hammering away at it.
And this Warriors team so dominant on so many levels. But for me, what energizes them is that fluidity and that unselfishness of their offense. I mean, it's so much fun to play that way, and that joy feeds into every aspect of the game.
It's Love and Fry, the sharp-shooting big man. Mo Williams out there with Mon Shumpert, and it's Dunleavy in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Livingston. And the Warriors with such terrific decision-making and ball movements, it's hard to beat them playing old-school isolation offense.
And modern NBA defenses make it hard to score that way. Meanwhile, the Warriors are able to create open looks time and time again with their skill level and constant motion.
Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, there's no doubt that the Splash Brothers are the most dangerous backcourt in the NBA. Steph Curry is the MVP, but he said of Klay Thompson, I love playing with him. How much better he's gotten since day one is kind of scary. He's such a great two-way player, and he isn't anywhere close to hitting his ceiling.
Thanks, DA. They're one heck of a tag team.
You think about Iman Shumpert coming out of Georgia Tech, a defensive specialist, certainly. He's battled through injuries these last few seasons, but when he's right, guys, this guy's a quality caliber wing.
And Shumpert not a great offensive player, Doris. He especially struggled shooting the ball last season.
Well, I think, Kevin, you have to wonder how much that wrist injury held him back. To fill that 3-and-D role, they need him to hit a few more threes.
Good on the second free throw. Well, the NBA season, of course, as they say, it's really a marathon. I mean, here at the midway point, sometimes a team will start to look a little run down, a little more fatigued, while others, Doris, at this point, begin just to kind of hit their stride.
I think you can go organization to organization. You have to remember each of these NBA franchises has building commitments outside of their franchise. And so if you look at a team like the San Antonio Spurs, every year they take that vaunted rodeo trip. And by and large, they use it as a way for them to come together. They're on the road for a long time, and they use it as a means to become cohesive. And that means being on the road for a while, so there can be some bumps in the road. Sometimes, it's just the way the NBA scheduling works out. One team might be loaded with home games, and so you get off to a great start. There are certainly points of the year where there's a real rhythm to the NBA. As you get to this midway point, everybody's looking forward to that all-star break. It gives everybody a chance to exhale and sort of reset.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Cleveland. Shoots the three. Rebounded by Livingston. Warriors trail by 4. Curry passes to Iguodala. Golden State moving the ball around. Took him no time at all on that one. Durant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Irving against Curry. 6 to shoot. Curry against Irving. Puts one up from 19. Again, the Cavaliers score.
Yeah, there isn't a bad shot for Kyrie Irving right now. His offensive attack is so versatile.
Curry wide open, and another three for Golden State.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Yeah, they ramped up their intensity, forced big things to happen, and now they're right back in it.
And Thompson throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. See some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Here's Curry with the three, and another three for Golden State.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Here's Irving. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. To the inside. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They get Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, that's what you want from Irving. He's a point guard who is always looking to distribute the rock.
Jefferson's checked in for Iman Shumpert. Then for the Warriors, Pachulia comes in for West, and it's Green in for Andre Iguodala.
Now, Kyrie Irving will tell you that his relationship with LeBron is ever evolving. I mean, they were both very excited to join teams back in 2014, but there has been some challenges, no question. LeBron not shy about demanding winning basketball from his teammates.
Thompson against Pachulia. That's to Curry. Off the screen. Unable to get that one. Cavaliers go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 14 points. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Well, Tristan is starting to develop a sense for how to find contact and working his way to the line.
And you heard rumors last season, Doris, that Irving would welcome a trade from Cleveland. Do you give any credence to that?
Well, I think, Kevin, it's interesting. I didn't get the sense Irving expressly denied the rumors. He just alluded to misunderstandings. I think certainly it's been an adjustment playing with another ball-dominant player like LeBron. But if your priority is on winning, he's a teammate you want to have on your side.
Smith checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Yeah, Thompson not really the guy who's going to punish you consistently for sending him to the free throw line.
Curry kicks to Green. Durant with a wide open look. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that.
Yeah, that's the look you're working toward with your offense. It hurts when you don't get it.
And Tristan Thompson, one of the premier offensive rebounders in the game, second overall, in fact, in offensive rebounds last year.
Well, Kevin, this is a guy who makes his living around the rim. He runs rim to rim, terrific on the pick and roll. He's a smart cutter, does a good job lurking on the baseline for drop-offs or second chance points. You know, guys, you can make the case that Tristan Thompson has a center's game and a power forward's frame. He put on some weight going into last season in order to spend more time at the 5. That was probably a wise choice.
Irving from long range sinks the triple. Irving's got 2.
Kyrie's so confident shooting from beyond the arc. No defense is going to get in his way.
It's Curry outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And Thompson able goes to defend the 4 and 5 spot pretty well.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, you know, you love his ability to be able to bang inside and also move laterally when he's away from the rim. And though he's not a great shot blocker, he gives you just enough rim protection when you play him at the 5 spot.
On its way to Irving for 2. Durant dishes to Curry. It doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Almost seemed like he was overthinking that shot. Such a wide open look.
Smith, the pass to Irving. Lets it go with the 3. Nelson Smith with the assist that time. It's 13 points for Kyrie Irving. Warriors trail by 6. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Smith. For the finish. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
You know, we think J.R. Smith is just a shooter, but make no mistake, he has no problem attacking the rim.
Curry outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that piece for here tonight.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backcourt.
Nice shot by Smith.
That's his first triple of the second period, 3rd of the game.
Irving against Curry. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Durant for 3. No good on that one. And so we wrap up the first half. Cavaliers lead by 11. Jets now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Duran. Lou, Coach, what is the focus going to be in the second half?
Just play the right way. Move the ball, share the ball, get stops, and get out of run the transition.
Always leads to good results. Thanks, Duran. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. A pumped up home crowd is our backdrop for this halftime analysis. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 13 points and 4 assists. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. What you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, they've been playing with some toughness. And it's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. Now they need to stay mean, Ernie. You cannot lose that edge in the second half.
And over to Kenny now. How'd you think the Warriors were playing?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
That's it for halftime. We will see you and you too later. Now back to the action.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the fourth quarter started. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And the threes, they just dropped for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
You don't identify him as a three-point shooter, but anyone, if you let him get going, can get it done.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Green is out there. Julia. And it's Durant. And at the small forward.
How good is King James at spreading the floor, involving everyone on the offensive end?
And for the Cavs, they've got some roster versatility in their front court. Do you like them with the traditional 7-footer on the inside, or you think they're better off going small?
Oh, I think, Kevin, most of their talent is at that power forward position, and they've got fours with size and strength. They give them a bit of shot blocking with those lineups, but I think the positives outweigh the negatives.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. On deep. Love grabs the board.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Nice shot by Smith.
Oh, JR has no problem drilling a shot from that kind of range.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Thompson misses. The Cavaliers leading by 16. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. Guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, TA. Thank you.
LeBron continues to excel at shooting a high percentage from the charity stripe. The defense would rather avoid sending him there.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. First free throw is good. And you look at LeBron's career, he's been cast in so many roles. The child prodigy, Doris, the chosen one, the villain, the champion, now the savior. So much of that is media creation, as we know. At this point in his career, does he care, you think, Doris, what people even say about him?
I think he's certainly conscious of his brand, Kevin, but I think LeBron's at a point in his career where it's a little bit devil may care. The Miami move was so criticized. Those rings don't come with any asterisks, though, right? I mean, he realizes that as long as he wins, the rest is just noise.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. No good from outside.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Mike Dunleavy, who's checked in for Cleveland. The Warriors also with a sub. West is checked in. Warriors trail by 15. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Sorry.
And, certainly the culture of the NBA and basketball has seen some shifts over the last couple decades. Doris, when you look at the game today, how do you think it's changed? And where do you think it's going?
But I think from a strategy standpoint, the biggest change in the NBA culture is that it's going smaller and faster. It's trending toward positionless players where guys can shift among 3-4 positions at a time. And then the other part of the neat thing is, in this day and age of social media, from the off-the-court stuff, we're starting to see these guys become fashion icons.
The Cavaliers leading by 13. Williams kicks to Fry. On the wing, Shumpert. And another miss by Cleveland. The Warriors have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Kicks it to Iguodala. Feeds it to West. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. And counted. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Hitting a high percentage of his shots. He's been a real catalyst for their success. I love seeing LeBron James back in wine and gold, guys. I mean, I think he's here where he belongs and isn't going anywhere else. You know, nevertheless, he's kept that player option after every season, something that gives him a lot of control over his future.
And LeBron with a huge voice, it seems, in the Cavaliers' decision-making. Everything from roster decisions, Doris, to who's the head coach.
Well, there's always a lot of questions about how much power LeBron wields in any organization he plays for. It would be a tricky balance for any head coach because you're in the lead role. For LeBron, he's a great player, and he wants to put greatness around him.
And they double him up with LeBron. Williams with a clean look. Misses the three. Warriors trail by 14. Livingston dishes to Thompson. Lets it go. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's LeBron. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
LeBron James has been fouled so many times in his career, it doesn't even faze him anymore. There is no stopping this guy.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Jefferson's checked in. Free throw, no good for James. And you know, you look at the depth of the Warriors, never mind their dominant starting five, Greg. Their reserves are as good as some starting units in the NBA.
And for some teams, that can cause problems, where guys aren't playing as much as they feel they deserve. When you're playing for a team that's competing for a championship, players understand that some sacrifice is required. The defense is far too slow to close out in those three-point attempts.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
I think everyone knows Cleveland is the team to beat in the East. They steamrolled through the Eastern Conference a year ago. And I think as long as their roster stays pretty much intact, they've got to continue to exert that dominance.
A different look now for Cleveland. Love comes in for Channing Frye. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Williams. Golden State also making some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Verejao. Kevin Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Looney subbed in for Sean Livingston. It's Durant on the wing, defended by Jefferson. From downtown, and that's good. Kevin Durant for 3. Durant's got 15 points.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he really carried the momentum from the last game right to this one. He is rolling.
Here's James. The shot comes out, and Golden State will come the other way. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
You know, it's difficult to shoot a high percentage on the road, but because of their poise, they were incredibly accurate. That's great mental toughness. He needs to complete that opportunity. Really shocking he botched that one.
Durant against Jefferson. On the wing, Green. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum.
The shot's good from Irving.
The swagger, the confidence, all on display. He is in a zone right now, Kyrie.
Durant for 3. The shot's good on the assist by West. And that's now 18 points for Kevin Durant. The Cavaliers leading by 12. James the pass to Jefferson. Irving with a clean look. To the line. Green with the rebound. Warriors have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Oh, their communication on offense is working at every level now. These guys are really cohesive. What a run.
Again, Irving missing.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
No, and it looked like he got a bit ahead of himself and just couldn't pull back.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
They've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and it was going to count.
And Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Cavaliers ahead. They lead by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And the Warriors with possession here. It's a 5-point game. Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair. Sharpshooters Irving and J.R. Smith are the backcourt duo. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. West kicks to Green. Durant dishes to Curry. Curry with another miss.
You know something, the shot mechanics perhaps, and they needed to shoot it well right now.
Irving passes to Love. A putback, and there's Thompson putting it right back in.
Yeah, I think the activity level that Tristan Thompson plays with on missed shots is something every NBA player can learn from.
Curry gets the bucket.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
It's a pick by Love. Irving for 3. It's rebounded by Durant. Warriors trail by 4. Over to the left wing. It's Curry outside. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. 22 points for Steph Curry.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Irving with it. Now Green defending. For 3, Love. Here's Thompson. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Thompson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Thompson becoming so good at getting a shot up at the right angle so it can't be blocked.
Irving against Curry to tie it up. Another 3 for Golden State.
Add another triple to their second half total.
I mean, since the break, they've been unconscious from distance.
Irving against Curry. Irving, a good look. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Curry outside, connects from 3-point range. And it's a 3-point Warrior lead.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
For three, that baby. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. It's Durant on the wing. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Lawrence got 6 rebounds in the game. The pass to Irving. Smith wide open. He fires. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
The defense fortunate that he didn't burn them there. You'd have to think he wouldn't miss that again.
From deep 3-point range, and it's Curry again from deep. Curry's got 15 points in just the second half. Timeout called the Cavaliers. And what's crazy to think about with Curry is that he was signed to such an affordable contract before he, too, made the leap to stardom because of concerns about his ankles. That has not, though, recently been a problem for him.
And the team must be thanking their lucky stars for that good fortune. Very serious concerns at one point that Curry would never be able to play a full season. Had the procedure done to take away tissue and change his approach with ankle sprays, and he's been as good as it gets.
James checked in for Cleveland. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Even during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. Let's see if they step it up from here, guys.
Thank you, David. To the middle, Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
Warriors have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Here's Curry with the 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Shoots from the baseline.
Shooting. LeBron James. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for James. Both free throws good from James.
Well, what a steady presence at the line. Whether it's a blowout or a tight game like this one, his stroke never varies.
Here's Curry. Good as Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 5th assist in this one.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
And that's not a challenge this guy's going to shy away from. He'll be calling for the ball every chance he gets.
1:51 left in the 4th quarter. And that one's good again.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Here's Thompson. Pick by Pachulia. Curry dishes to Thompson. Bucket 6 on deep. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Curry against Irving. Irving double team. There's the triple. And James gets it together with the assist by Irving. And that's now 25 points for LeBron. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Curry with the 3. A 3-pointers right on target.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
And here is Irving. 55 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
No, they don't. Showing some big time hard on that shot.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're trailing by 3. 52 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. crew.
Kyrie can get to the free throw line and collect a lot of points because of his ability to drive it.
Shooting. Kyrie Irving. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. They both at the line. It's a 5-point game.
Yeah, the crucial part of those free throws is that it now makes it a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're losing by 5. There's 45 seconds left in the game. Pachulia with the screen on Irving.
That's an important shot right there, guys. I mean, he's produced from deep all game long.
Yeah, he's done more work outside the arc than inside, and that's not going to change now. They'll ride his long-range game all the way to the end of this one.
LeBron with Johnson is spinning into that. Outside Irving. Shot clock at 5. Tipped away. And stolen by Curry. No good.
He got whacked. There shouldn't be much debate there. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. And Curry hits them both.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
Moves outside. Timeout called. Cleveland. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Right side, Irving.
Big numbers for you tonight. I always wonder what it's like to be in a zone like that offensively.
It was amazing. More so than we got the win. I couldn't have done without my teammates. They did a heck of a job of competing every single minute of the game. It took everybody's effort from our bench. It took a 15-man effort. I'm glad we got the win.
15 men, but 1 man is a difference. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny
Welcome back,
the
everybody.
Jet
Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Ken Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game. LeBron James, aggressive right from the opening tip. His big first quarter got the team into a groove early, and that helped fuel their fire for the rest of the evening.
That performance is exactly why we call LeBron James the King. He is their offensive spark and their defensive spark. He is their everything. Yes, they're everything. They can't live without him.
He was dominant, throwing one haymaker after another, and the crowd absolutely loved it. They were eating it up. It's a love affair between him and this city, especially when he's tearing it up like that. he delivered a beauty tonight.
We certainly hope you've enjoyed our special Christmas Day broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. Jingle bells. Ho, ho, ho.
For Shaka Claus
Kenny the Elf Smith.
and Ernie the Reindeer Johnson.
We'll see you again soon. Good night, everybody.
Reindeer.